River Mornings. I'm Bob Goff.
And I'm Brittany Bull.
And we have a jam-packed show for you today that Brittany did a masterful job of putting together. And because we've got yet another busy summertime weekend here in Quincy, it is also the last weekend before the Adams County Fair.
And that always means kind of the end of summer to me, but I feel like summer's just beginning, and I like to start my mornings at Crazy Cakes, where you can start off the beginning of your morning with a cupcake there. There's no rules. And today we have a watermelon cupcake. It is a vanilla bean cupcake with a tint of green color. It has a watermelon buttercream icing to it. It sounds delicious, unique. There are mini chocolate chips on top to make them look like seeds. There are also a lot of other fruit cupcakes there, limited supply. I know another one that Joy said was peach. I want to try that one as well. So head on over to Crazy Cakes and start your morning with a cupcake and some coffee.
And bacon. Don't forget bacon.
Don't ever forget the bacon.
Brittany needs her bacon, and their coffee is fantastic over there. And we just want to thank the gang over there for being such great partners here with us as we've gotten things started here on Muddy River Mornings.
Yes.
So, and now we're going to take a quick look at things going on in the news, and Brittany will get us started.
In Quincy news, Dave Bauer took the chair to lead the meeting in Mayor Moore's absence as she was over at our sister city in Germany. Our sister city is Herford, Germany. The council approved the consent agenda. One of those petitions in the consent agenda was the special permit to allow the construction of a hotel with a rooftop bar. That exceeds the maximum height requirement. That rooftop bar was another one of our top stories. You can find all our top stories on the news site. Remember that search bar exists, so you can type in whatever it is that you're looking for right there.
In Hannibal news, City Attorney James Lemon said for the first time in his 22 years in that position that a motion was made to rescind an ordinance in the meeting right after it happened. Council decided to rescind their fireworks ordinance after a large structural fire occurred on the 4th of July at a home at 923 Center Street. It sent one person to the hospital and displaced the residents of 4 apartment units. The council had approved an ordinance allowing fireworks within the city limits within certain regulations that would be around the 4th of July, but apparently that will be no longer the case.
On Tuesday night, Quincy experienced a water main break, which resulted in low pressure for most. Jeffrey Conti, Director of Public Works, asked the public to conserve water by not filling their pools and watering their lawns. He updated us yesterday saying that they had a good day with voluntary city citizen compliance. By only using 7.4 million gallons of water, they were able to pump 9 million. Conti also previews the 4 new water pumps that will be installed in the next 2 to 3 months. Each new pump will be able to pump 5 million gallons a day. So if we're one to go offline, it would still pump 16 million gallons a day, and I think our average use is 9. Conti said everything pressure-wise should be back to normal by Saturday. Another topic to note was the change in communication coming from the Quincy City government. Jeffrey provided the public with direct communication through Facebook Lives. They quickly added mics to the production and will continue to evolve and improve this channel of communication, as that is part of the communications strategist position. That was recently added under Mayor Moore's administration. Kristen Neiman is currently serving that position.
The alleged arsonist who cut off her ankle bracelet and evaded authorities is back in custody. The woman who allegedly started the Doyle manufacturing site fire, their former location here at 40th and Broadway in Quincy, Elanda Nice, has been recaptured. She escaped, then was spotted outside Canton, Missouri, fled to Keokuk, where she was seen by authorities before she crashed her car. She was arrested Thursday morning at Reservoir Park in Quincy. No word on if she got any tennis in before her capture, but she is now lodged in the Adams County Jail.
Coming up next, we'll hear a word from our sponsors, and as always, remember that Muddy River Mornings is driven by Hess Auto Agency.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
Muddy River Engraving has been fantastic to work with, especially when I need something last minute, quickly. Andrew has just been fantastic to get me everything I need in a very quick, effective manner.
We work in a fast-paced industry, so for us, the fact that he personally delivers to it, that's one of the best things, and always comes through ahead of schedule.
What do I love about Muddy River Engraving? I love that Andrew supports the businesses that work with him. We'll see him in here almost every week, and that's nice that two people are helping each other out, pushing each other's product.
Hello, I'm Dr. Arshad Muzaffar, board-certified and fellowship-trained plastic and reconstructive surgeon at Blessing Health. This exceptional young woman is Isabella Peterson. I and my team have cared for Isabella and many children like her born with a cleft lip or palate, or both. The Blessing Health Craniofacial Anomalies Clinic team specializes in cleft lip and palate care and other head and facial bone disorders, known as craniofacial abnormalities. Each year, as many as 1 in every 600 babies is born with a cleft lip and palate. These conditions are treatable right here at home. Blessing's team is one of only 200 in the US and Canada whose care is approved by the American Cleft Palate Craniofacial Association, and the only team within 100 miles. We have the experience, skill, and passion to help your family right here at home. For more information on our care, go to the website on your screen.
Women are exceptional. In the workplace, in the home, in the community. We fill so many roles vital not only to our success, but also the success of those around us. We deserve health care that is as exceptional as we are. Blessing Health meets the varied needs of every woman, from OB/GYN care and breast health to pediatrics for those of us who have little ones in our life. Blessing Health, with you every step of the way.
Of course, we want to thank our friends at Hess Auto Agency for being the primary sponsor of Muddy River Mornings. Well, our friend Pilar Brumbaugh was here, and she tried to get me to get another dog.
Does that happen every time she comes here?
Every time, because she knows my wife is a soft touch, and whenever she's got a beagle, we want another beagle. No, we've got 2 dogs. We're happy with 2 dogs. Whenever sadly something were to happen to one of those dogs, we would get another one, but we're not going to 3 dogs.
Understood.
No 3-dog nights in the golf house.
Yeah. I don't think I can exceed my 2 maximum, but if anything, like you said, were ever to happen, I would always go to the Quincy Humane Society as I try to adopt, don't shop. And it was nice to hear from Pilar because they're celebrating something big, and I had a chance to talk with her. Welcome, everyone. I'm here with Pilar Brumbaugh with the Quincy Humane Society. She's the executive director. Welcome, Pilar.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. One of my favorite people to have on because it's one of my favorite organizations, one of the best causes, the Quincy Humane Society, providing great shelter and hopefully great adoptions to dogs and cats in need. Yes. But we are here to talk about something great. What is it?
We, as an organization, are celebrating our 145th anniversary, which is a huge milestone.
It's huge.
It's amazing, and and it's so in line with what we're going through as a community, and it's awesome to be a part of all of that fun and excitement. Back in the day, we didn't start off as Quincy Humane Society. And it was like the Quincy Society for the Prevention of Cruelty, a long name. And then over time, we became Quincy Humane Society. Just rolls right off the tongue. But 145 years of people and pets. Yes. Pets and people.
And so consecutive organization. Yes. It is one of the longest running organizations. I was reading a little bit about the history in Quincy.
Yeah. Yes, in the Gem City, which is amazing. It's an honor to be a part of it, and we're excited to celebrate with the community.
So how are we celebrating?
So on Sunday, July 20th from 12 to 2. We will be at the Lorenzo Bowl House, right, that big, beautiful lawn right off Main Street across from Quincy Museum. We will be there, and we will just be having a fun way of kicking off the 145th anniversary. We're going to have like a pup cup station, I think like paw bucks, if you will.
Yeah.
Of course, a puppy kissing booth.
Paw bucks. That is just too cute.
With some of our available dogs. We're going to have information on how people can get involved, whether that's volunteering, fostering, how they can help us spread the word. Of course, a catalog of all of our available pets for those that can no longer make it with us that day, whether that's the extreme heat or possible light drizzle. We've just got a little bit of something for everybody. We're going to have all sorts of fun things.
So the paw bucks, is this for other dogs? Like, can we bring our own dogs to the event?
Yes. So we will have our staff and volunteers there with some of our adoptable pets. But this is what I love. When we were coming up with how do you celebrate 145 years? And it just kept resonating. People and pets, people and pets. Well, we need the people and we need their pets and our pets. So bring them on out. Make sure that, your dog is on a leash.
Yes.
Is going to do well with other people and other dogs around.
Be smart about this.
Yeah, we've got so much space to just move and socialize and have a good time.
Sounds like the perfect opportunity for your pet to meet their friend, possibly too.
There we go.
I know that's sometimes
yes.
An issue where you have to bring them out, have some meet and greets. I mean, I know you do that regardless with protocol, but it's a nice first meet and greet.
Yeah,
in a fun spot too.
And it's just in a completely neutral space. I love our shelter.
Yeah.
The best part about it is when people come in and they can see all of our animals. With an application, they can take them out and play with them and get to know them and maybe take one home. If they're a volunteer, they can work hands-on with them. But what I love about this is that people are going to see some of our available pets outside of that normal environment.
Yeah.
And that's a really neat opportunity to have, especially for the shelter pets that need that break.
Yeah. It's going to be a party or a party for them as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so again, when is this being held? Just one more time for the viewer.
Yep, Sunday, July 20th, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. We will be at the Lorenzo Bowl Park or the Lorenzo Bowl House, the big, white, beautiful house there, open lawn. You won't miss us. We're right across from Quincy Museum. And
you said this is kicking off the anniversary, so are there things to come in the future?
We, as a team, board members, volunteers, employees, even visitors, we are here for the community. So we've been serving the people and pets, and we're here because of them at that same time. So what can we do? We want to do more community outreach events, whether that's expanding on our summer camp. Maybe we have a winter camp coming up. With our volunteers, we want to see them out and about in the community more with other pets that we have. But also, what about a doggy day out? Where
I have been waiting for this forever. We've been talking about this. It's like a great, you see it on social media all the time.
Yes.
People going to their local shelters and giving dogs a day out and you filming it and getting the word out about that dog. I think that's a great way for any of our young people, young volunteers that think they want to be influencers. This is the opportunity for it.
Absolutely. We want to increase our humane education. So really expanding on, we've got a solid volunteer program. We've had our summer camp for many years. We're also wanting to, with the help of our Kawandun Kawanas group, we got a grant.
Awesome.
We're going to be able to launch like a Mommy and Me. So introducing even the youngest community members and
awesome.
how to be gentle, how to be kind, introducing them to dogs and cats. So when they do meet them, it's not a completely new thing to them. It's just a safe space to spend time with your kiddos.
You're coming up with new things. I reached out to her prior in the summer when I realized that Mela was too old for summer camp. And then like you said, you have this new program where it's a volunteer program for summer camp. I talked about it earlier in episodes earlier, but that would be awesome to do a winter one as well. She loved that camp. Yeah. It was like a graduation from your, what was it called, the critter camp?
Yes.
Graduation from that to like making them feel like there's something, something more and they're important.
Yes, we're seeing so many more different clubs and organizations for the kind of middle age, right? Where they need to get into that community service, whether they need it for school or a team or whatever. So why not?
Yeah.
You know, the crafts are fun. We'll always welcome them to do the summer camp if they would like to. But with this gives them that one-on-one time. Hey, Mom, you're running errands. Take me to the Humane Society. I'm going to go put in an hour of some volunteer time.
Oh, this is
and
amazing.
it's going to be two things one time. It's going to be great.
It is going to be great.
Yes.
It's always great having you, Pilar. Thank you for being here,
Thank you for
always.
having me.
Also, make sure to check out our Pet of the Week. It comes from Quincy Humane Society, brought to you by Bill Turlesner with State Farm and Joe Stotts with JoJo's Paula. We thank them all for sponsoring, and we thank you for providing those pets for us.
Thank you for all that you do, and I hope to see you Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Yeah.
Once again, we want to thank Pilar Brumbaugh and the folks of the Quincy Humane Society for being great partners. We also want to thank our sponsors, Bill Turlesner State Farm Agency, as well as JoJo's Grooming Parlor. And if you need a new mutt, pet, what have you, go to the Lorenzo Bullhouse lawn there at 16th and Main and do that Sunday, and I'm sure you can find something.
It's going to be a beautiful day there. Coming up next, do you have questions about internet posts, legal questions that is? Here we're going to hear from Rober and Phillips about internet posts.
In the American legal system, attorneys counsel and represent the people for a better way of life. The law firm of Rober and Phillips are there for you.
Nick, oftentimes I have clients coming to me asking me about what they should or shouldn't post on the internet. Do you have any advice for them on things to avoid?
A lot of people ask me this question, Tyler, because they believe that posting on the internet is free speech. Well, speech isn't always free. There are certain limitations on freedom of speech. Number one, if you post things on the internet about somebody that are untrue and it affects that person's reputation, you could be liable for damages for defamation. The First Amendment puts certain limitations on freedom of speech, especially when it comes to posting on social media. Now, my advice would be, don't post anything on social media, but if you're going to, use caution. If you make threatening messages towards somebody and that threat is perceived to be true, you could be criminally charged or you could be civilly sued for making those threats. You cannot put obscene material on the internet, such as a sexual image of somebody against their consent or child pornography. So there are limitations with respect to posting on the internet. Again, my advice would be, don't post on the internet. As everybody knows, it's there forever.
For more information, contact the law firm of Rober and Phillips.
Welcome back to Muddy River Mornings. Lots of great content coming up on our shows this week already and this weekend on muddyriver.tv.
Coming up on Frankie Say, Frankie has a guest who is known to most as Cattleman on X. Frank says you cannot get more American than this man. Steve Lucy stops by to talk about the current presidential administration and explains the state of Illinois would prefer to break the small farmer in favor of a big corporate entity. Frankie asked the hard question to Steve why the current administration would lie and say there's no Epstein list.
Gee, I wonder why. Well, Jeff Longlet is our guest on Business Spotlight on the I got to redo that one. It's not Bank of Liberty Bank, it's just Liberty Bank. Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't know that.
Business Spotlight this week, Jeff Longlet with Liberty Bank. Okay, we said we're going to have it last week. We're having it this week. We had Kelsey Sprinkle last week. So anyway, we're going to talk to Jeff this week about the merger between North Adams State Bank and now as they are all under the umbrella of Liberty Bank. And of course, you can see that on muddyriver.tv.
Later today on Club Muddy, we talk about the upcoming protests before next week's PBS meeting, as some members of the community are still not happy with the communication and resolutions, or lack thereof, of the Denman debacle.
Well, you know, potholes was a big discussion, but now that the city's in the process of filling them, it requires some road work and road construction and road closings to do that. And of course, people are unhappy about that now. On our Minutes with the Mayor, brought to you by Mercantile Bank this week, Ashley sat down with our engineer for the City of Quincy, Steve Bangy, to talk about the process of getting all this road work done.
On the Daily Muddies this week, Ashley spoke with Curtis Seffler about bringing the YMCA pool back. I know that was a big one for everyone on social media. He also talks about a new CrossFit program they are introducing. Ashley also speaks with Elise Blue from Nemo Humane Society, Cheeks Cheeks McGee with EFB, and Brianna Rivera drops by to give us a rundown on what is coming up in the district and all about their upcoming street concert featuring AC/DC Thunderstruck.
I surprised Brittany on Monday with a guest in our office.
And yes, it was quite the surprise because I didn't get the memo on this.
I don't think I sent the memo. The Quincy Children's Museum auctioned off the Reporter of the Day, that little prize that we gave them so they could help raise some money. Amy Peters, of course, does a fantastic job with that group. Brittany and I got to show this young woman around a little bit. Roxanne Starman, by the way, don't sing the Police song to her. She doesn't like it.
Not
but
yet.
She and Brittany had a lot of fun.
Yes, we did. Check out this clip on the review of her reporter for the day. Welcome, everyone. I'm Brittany Bull. I'm here with
Roxanne Starman.
And we are here to talk about your experience with the reporter for the day. That was brought to you by Quincy Children's Museum. I walked in this morning and it was quite a surprise to see Roxanne. But we are here to talk about your experience. So tell me, Roxanne, how did it go? Like, where did you start off? What did you do first when you entered the office of Muddy River News?
Bob showed me the Muddy River site and how to put stuff on it.
Okay,
and really good.
That was the first thing that you did today, right?
Yeah.
And what was he busy when he was doing that?
Kind of.
Yeah. Was he pushing all kinds of buttons? Yeah, and clicking here and there?
Yeah.
Did it look confusing?
Yeah. I was kind of just sitting there.
Yeah. Okay, but then what happened? What was next?
Once Brittany finally got to the office, I told her she was late because it's not good to be late. Otherwise, you shouldn't get paid.
Oh, dang. Throwing me under the bus here. The shouldn't get paid part. Okay, well, I had a really good excuse, Roxanne. Why was I late?
Because she had to put her lashes on.
Yes. Okay, so just to be clear, I do not have a set office time.
Bookie told me that you were supposed to be here by 8:30.
Oh, he makes stuff up. Okay. So then after I finally arrived, as you say, then what did we do?
We worked on what we were going to say for the Morning Muddy.
And the Morning Muddy is where we kind of just preview things ahead of time. This is for the Morning Muddy show on Friday. This is what we're on right now. Yeah. But the Morning Muddy is just a little bit, that we do every morning. Yeah. And you did that. And how did that go?
Good.
What did you think about it? After we got done with the Morning Muddy, what did you say? Yes, well, we did the Morning Muddy, but what did you say after, like, words? You said, hey, that was not so bad?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Oh, yeah, I liked it.
Yeah? Yeah. Did you want to do more videos?
Yeah, because, like, before I didn't really, like, want to do more.
Yeah.
But.
Because once you get going, it's kind of easy, right?
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. At first, it's like you're shy, but then you're like, dang, I got good at this, didn't you?
Yeah.
I heard you tooting your own horn. Okay, so then afterwards, we had a couple errors here and there, and then what did Bob show you?
Bob showed me how to edit.
And how'd that go?
Good. I didn't understand, anything.
What was it? It was like cutting and...
like, he had to add, like, the TV thing in the corner.
Yeah, that's the little emblem in the corner,
yeah.
But then we had to cut out the little, what are they called?
Bloopers?
Yeah. And then what happened with those? You took those bloopers and what did you do with those?
Oh, yeah, we put them into the... Wait, did we delete them or did we put them
No, we made them into something.
Oh, yeah, we put them in the prep before the show. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, and we made it into a reel.
Yeah, you guys should go watch that.
You guys should definitely watch that. All right, and then after we did that, then what did you do?
I sat in on their reporters meeting.
Why did you have to do that?
Bob said that way everyone was on their best behavior.
And I would assume they were.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after that, then what?
Now I'm recording this.
Yeah, here we are, recording this. What do you think about recording videos?
It's really fun.
Yeah. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
So you'll have to come back sometime.
Yeah.
Don't want to mess with the microphone. That's like one of the big things is you can't touch the microphone. What about these microphones? What did you learn about these?
They're fake.
And what did you say about that?
I don't remember.
No, just great props.
ASMR.
Oh, yeah, do it.
Okay, wait.
So, a really cool thing about microphones.
I can't get it. Stuck.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Edit that.
This is my favorite thing to do with microphones. ASMR. ASMR with the microphone. That's all. Bye.
All right, let me clip you back on. Gotta get back in. All right, so that's pretty cool. I should start doing that. I should start doing that every time I start off a Morning Muddy, right?
You should just do like ASMRs with everything like back there, like in the office.
And just do that for every Morning Muddy, I think.
Yeah.
I think so too. Then that way I wouldn't have to worry about writing things down, and I could just figure out the ASMR sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be easy. All right, so overall, what did you think about Muddy River News and your experience here?
Good.
Yeah?
It was a 10 out of 10.
A 10 out of 10. All right. Well, I think that Morning Muddy that we did, like Bob said, it was the best one that we've ever did. That was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think you being here was a 10 out of 10. And I really appreciate you being just interested in everything that we did.
Yeah.
And congrats on being the reporter for the day. All right. I'll catch you soon, right? Yeah. All right. She's out. Coming up next, we'll hear from our friend Glenn Swick, of course with Swick Realty, about downsizing when you need to go to a smaller home, of course.
Hi, I'm Glenn Swick, Designated Managing Broker at Swick Realty. Today I want to talk about downsizing before selling your home. Downsizing before selling your home can feel overwhelming, but it's also a great opportunity to simplify and prepare for your next chapter. Here are my top tips to make it easier. Start by decluttering. Go room by room and separate items into categories. Keep, donate, sell, or toss. Be honest with yourself about what you really need. Next, consider selling or donating items you no longer use. Hosting a yard sale or using online platforms can turn unwanted belongings into extra cash. If you're not ready to part with everything, think about renting a storage unit for sentimental or seasonal items until you settle into your new space. Finally, focus on staging your home. A clutter-free, organized space will appeal to buyers and help your home sell faster. Downsizing doesn't need to be stressful. With a little planning, you'll be ready to move forward with ease. Contact me today for expert tips on preparing your home for sale.
Coming up next, we have sports with Shuck, brought to you by Neiman's.
Well, happy Friday, Muddy Buddies. Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman here. And it's been an eventful week. Griffin Kern, the left-handed pitcher who is a graduate of Quincy Notre Dame and the former GLVC Pitcher of the Year during his time at Quincy University, was selected by the Athletics in the 14th round of this week's MLB draft. He becomes just the 5th Quincy Notre Dame graduate to be selected in the Major League Baseball draft all time. So that's quite an honor for him. You can read about that at muddyriversports.com. You can also check out Shuck on a Truck. I visited with Colin Bigley, the Winchester West Central assistant baseball coach, who is battling Guillain-Barré syndrome, an autoimmune deficiency. What it does, it attacks the peripheral nerves. It's a incredible story on his recovery, his comeback. A guy known in a lot of area circles, grew up in Rushville, coached at Pittsfield, now is at Winchester, and make sure you go check that out. It's an incredible story, and I can't thank him enough for taking the time to join me for Shuck on a Truck. We're going to do another one this coming weekend, a really special one. Saturday at Jackson Park Golf Course in Palmyra, the Great River Tigers chapter of the Mizzou Alumni Association is holding its scholarship barbecue. It does a great job of providing the University of Missouri students from the Northeast Missouri area with scholarship money. And Laird Veach, the athletic director at the University of Missouri, is going to be the featured speaker at the barbecue. And he's willing to join me for a Shuck on a Truck, so you can make sure to check that out. We got a lot of good things planned. coming up. You know, we're only a few weeks away from the start of fall sports, so we're trying to wrap up summer as best we can. There's still a lot going on, and we're trying to make sure we get out to everything. We had good coverage of the city tennis tournaments from this past weekend, so that's all online. Make sure to check that out. And next week we will be debuting, starting on Wednesday. I'm going to start taking a look at the top sports moments from the Adams County Bicentennial celebration. So what are you going to find? I don't know, there might be a couple of pictures from Camp Point that make that list. They had a very, very special moment together in the big league, so you can check that out. And we also have a state basketball tournament where 3 Adams County teams brought home trophies all in the same year. Might be number one as far as top moments collectively of the Bicentennial. So we got a lot of fun things planned on that. So make sure you check that out. Make sure to follow us on social media. Check out our photo galleries, all our videos, and check out MuddyRiverSports.com every chance you get. Hey, have a great weekend, and we'll see you here next week.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
Brent Clare and Nathaniel Jones, we're back this week with How's the Weather Up There? Brought to you by our friends at Farm and Home Supply. They talk about corn sweat.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but I know we missed you guys.
Yes, glad to have them back and talking about the humidity that's coming our way. And here's our guys with How's the Weather Up There?
Cool. Okay. Oh, you're not going to like this forecast. Oh, maybe we should.
I might look at today's. I saw a 79 in there.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean a darn thing. So we might have to start with a joke to get our to get our mood in place, because it ain't going to get better from here. So.
Right, well, this one might make you think.
Okay. Well, they've all made me think. So let's see.
All right. So I found this hat. It's really cool because it's got a fan on the inside to help cool you off.
Oh yeah.
It really blew my mind.
Oh yeah, I bet it did. Yeah. So.
I'm proctologist Nathaniel Jones. This is meteorologist Brent Clare. This is How's the Weather Up There? We've been talking. It's hot, right? Is there any change in the weather potentially? But I saw today you have a 79-degree high.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
That is accurate, but because we're going to have a lot of clouds today. But remember, there's still going to be a lot of humidity. And I just hate to say it, folks, it's not going to get any nicer than today. I mean, it's only going to go up from here. Like I said, today hopefully we'll see some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder here and there as the system tries to push through. I tell you what, it's been a Mason-Dixon line here in Adams County. Last Sunday, 4 inches down around Liberty.
Yep.
Up here, up where I'm Lorraine, nothing.
Right.
It hurt, you know, and to see these crops just saying, "Oh, please, please rain," and it didn't. It was very disheartening. But that's such is the life of a weatherman or a farmer. So as we move into the next few days, Friday and Saturday, again, cooler temperatures relative, but still very humid. And I know that we have what's the music thing and down the river on Friday and Saturday. You know, it may feel cooler, but it's still very humid, so make sure hydration, the proper hydration is what we're really pushing here.
Water along with the others.
Exactly,
Yeah,
so because it will definitely be very humid and very still, excuse me. But as we move into the weekend and then next week, obviously we're going to start seeing the heat ridges they've been advertising slowly move into the area, and that's just going to bring mid, maybe upper 90s next week. We're looking at possibly, well, for Wednesday especially. So the first day of the county fair, Adams County Fair, 95 degrees, 70 plus dew points. We're looking at heat indices 105, 110. It's like those poor queen pageant, are just going to be dripping. Nothing will stick on their faces, and it's just tragic. So
you got to earn that crown.
That's right. That's right. So, but then we talk about, well, let's see. On the first day is a horse show. Imagine being on the back of a horse in that kind of weather, and they dress up too. It's
bacon.
Oh. No, well, bacon, that's hogs. That's later. That comes later.
True.
So.
Glue.
That's Thursday. So. But again, just not a very good-looking start of the fair. And of course, people ask me, well, would you rather have hot or would you rather have a wet fair? I said, I'd rather have a nice, cool, mild fair. It's like, can't we just have decent weather for once? So we go through Tuesday and Wednesday, 94, 95. We possibly see a little cooling the end of next week and into the weekend. Not a whole lot, but just enough to maybe take a little bit of the heat off, but still humidity is still going to be around. It brings up a good point. Why do we see so much humidity right now? Well, there's two reasons. One, obviously, we're bringing the flow from the Gulf of America. Secondly, we have to talk about our favorite friend, corn sweat.
Corn sweat. I was going to ask you about that. I saw a post because kind of centralized Illinois, obviously, the dome for it, Illinois and Iowa. Champaign, I saw potential heat in the season 115 maybe next week because it is that heat dome.
Right.
So what causes corn sweat?
Well, obviously, just like all of us, we perspire to cool, and such is the case of corn. So that corn is taking all the moisture out of the ground and cooling the leaves off, and of course that releases into the atmosphere. Because we have had quote-unquote abundant moisture in our area, that corn plant has a lot of moisture to work with, and so it's going to do its best to keep itself cool. So it will, and if you just ever been around, if you ever drive or walk, whatever, by a cornfield or by a soybean field, you can just feel the difference. It is a remarkable difference, and it is a real thing. You know, it's not a catchy slogan. It's a real thing. The humidity is so much higher around the cornfield. So yeah, you take all that into the Iowas, the Missouris, Illinois, and you just add that to the atmosphere, and yeah, it just increases the humidity load, which possibly might produce a shower because, again, it being that humid, you would think that you could wring out a little bit of a cloud.
You can only hold so much before it starts falling.
That's right. But again, if you're too hot, that balance in the atmosphere doesn't quite work out right. You actually there's like, you've heard the term too cold to snow. There's actually a term too hot to rain, which is kind of funny because it just evaporates everything, or not evaporates, but it does not allow the clouds to form the way it should. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. So yeah, as we go into next week, I'm hoping the forecast models are completely wrong. We go about 75 degrees and northwest wind, and it's going to be a nice week, but I just hate to say it right now, folks. Just be prepared to spend the money on the drinks at the fair because you're going to need it. So
at the slushies and lemonade shake-ups and all those different things.
Well, there's some also good food at a certain particular stand I won't plug because I'm not that. I have a little bit of pride and dignity. So, but we'll obviously be pushing the forecast to just make sure people are aware of it. And one of the biggest things some people maybe not think about because but the livestock producers who will be showing there really do take a good care of their cattle and their hogs and their animals. So they may look like they're in distress, but really they're okay because we make sure, the several superintendents who are part of this, might be included, really preach to the kids, we want to make sure these animals do not have any suffer. They may look like it, but they are really taken care of. So
got the fans to circulate the air.
We got fans, we got water, and they are always with them. You might say, oh, I walked to that barn, no one was there. Well, they may have been there before, or they were there right after you left too. So, but again, we really and are very proud in this county how well our exhibitors take care of our animals. So, whether it's the little kids starting 4-H or the big kids still in the open shows. So again, it's a big compliment to us that we always have really good, well taken care of. Again, it may look like it, but we promise you we would not. So going to the rest of the week of the fair, we'll be out there next week. Actually,
out there next week and get the forecast from it. And it's funny, Adams County Fair always falls in. Now starts the dog days of summer. Typically, the average hottest 2 weeks of the year are starting July 17th, typically. And you get the hottest 2 weeks where the average temperature is typically your highest, and it starts to drop down after that. Most people think dog days August, right, for the most part, but it's actually the back 2 weeks of July.
Right. Now, of course, in July you'll see the most humidity. As you go into August, it dries out because obviously the corn is maturing and drying out too. So this is the most sultry. There's a word for it. We have to use sultry. Or I remember back in the day, it was the 3 H's, hazy, hot, and humid.
Yep.
I remember that forecasters usually say that all the time. So, but yeah, this is the time. This is right in the middle of the summer where it's just why do we have a county fair in the middle of summer? But that's okay.
The weather's sultry and you're sassy. Sultry and sassy.
Sultry and sassy, I guess. But it would be a 4-shirt day for several days.
Yeah.
So just remember, hydrate, stay cool, find a fan, do whatever you can and make sure you stay cool in this weather because it will get a hold of you if you're not careful. And again, no matter where you're at, just make sure always keep those precautions in mind. So
right, and some sunscreen if you can't find some shade. Don't forget the sunscreen. Yeah, not on the heads.
Get ready for a rowdy night of country music on the Quincy Riverfront, July 18th at the Gym City Concert Series at Lincoln Park, featuring Gavin Adcock, Graham Barham, and DJ Cliffy D. Get your tickets now at GymCityConcerts.com. The Gym City Concert Series with Gavin Adcock, July 18th, presented by On the Rail Sports Bar and Grill, Peachtree Entertainment, and Coyote Country 99.5 WCOY.
Gem City Concert Series tonight. Friday night, it's Gavin Adcock and company, and Brittany's going to give you the full rundown.
Tonight kicks off the Gem City Concert Series with Cliffy D at 5:30, followed by Graham Barham at 7, and the headliner, Gavin Adcock, at 8:45. Doors open at 4. Something Scott wants you to know before you go. This is a cashless event. Get your tickets at www.gymcityconcerts.com and follow them on social media for a list of items that will not be allowed and updates on future Gem City Concert Series shows. We have a map here that shows all the info that can be found on their socials as well. Scott Edlin, along with many of the volunteers and community members, come together to bring you these concert series. Quincy calls for these concerts and something major, and this is the series that stepped up to the plate to answer.
Quincy Raceways, the Mars Series, which got rained out earlier, is coming back this weekend. Okay, the forecast doesn't look great, but let's hope it holds off because this is going to be some of the best racing you will see all year at Quincy Raceways on Sunday night with the Mars Tour, and the hot laps will start at 5:30. Get out there at Quincy Raceways for some great racing action. Also, get your calendars ready for the Crosstown Showdown, the scoreboard, along with Muddy River Engraving, bringing back the fundraiser for QHS and QND athletic programs. Again, that's August 16th. It's going to be at 8th in York. Members only will be performing as the band, and there will be food trucks, merchandise, and it's a great cause. And, of course, who's going to raise more money, QHS or QND?
Tonight at the Rathskeller, the bar will host its third Friday Live. That's a concert series that they put on from 8 to 10 in their beer garden. The Nice Old Fashions will be performing. Next Monday, we will drop the next episode of Muddy TV Cribs. This time, Randy Phillips is on the other side of the camera. My husband, Mike, he took the GoPro for a go, if you will, as Randy gives us an unforgettable tour of his very whimsical house that was once a 19th century barn.
A very large farm out in central Adams County. It's miles and miles, and it's plush, and it's beautiful. And
it really
have
is.
Have I said enough good stuff about it yet?
When we were out there, we saw magical. It was just, everything was magical. We saw a family of deer, Bob, and they were the cutest deer.
Cutest deer ever. Boy, I'll tell you what, in about 6 months, they're going to be tasty.
Yeah, then you shot them.
That's right. Then we shoot them.
Oh,
Nummy,
God.
nummy, nummy. Hey, we got some great stuff coming up. We got that big QPS school board meeting come up. And again, we're going to talk to Club Buddy about that. And then, of course, don't forget Sunday.
Don't forget on Sunday, the Quincy Humane Society 145th celebration. Again, from 12 to 2 at the Lorenzo Bowl House.
Go see a concert tonight, then go watch racing Sunday night, and go get yourself a dog on Sunday. Lots of good stuff going on.
A lot of good stuff.
Have a great weekend. See you later.
Bye.